Definitely feels good to say this. What is up, everyone? It's me, the Commish, back again for the official start of the 2026 TLFL season. Our biggest season is yet to come, and I, for one, am so excited that we are officially back. That's right, football is around the corner. You can almost taste it, and I, for one, am super excited to get this year started. Now, of course, before we actually get into this year, there are a couple of things we do have to take care of, which we'll be addressing in this video, going over some of the big off-season changes that we have, and of course, announcing our draft. But that's going to be coming in just a few moments. We want to start with some of the biggest and most major news first. That way you guys are in the know. Now, the biggest and most obvious change of all of the changes that we have is going to be the platform in which we are using for our league. Heading into season 18 for TLFL, this will be the first time we've ever used a different platform. That's right, we have made the decision that we are officially moving to Sleeper as the new home for TLFL and TLB. So be sure to download the Sleeper app, check our league pages in the Discord for your invite league to the specific league, TLFL and TLB, and be prepared. I would definitely make sure you do some mock drafts, test out the Sleeper app. This is going to be a fresh start for a lot of us, but one that we knew was coming down the line. It's official starting this year. So download that Sleeper app. I don't want to hear any excuses. Make sure you are ready. Make sure you join that league. And the second of the big changes of the year, we're officially starting our promotion and relegation with TLB. Last year was the inaugural year for TLB, kind of giving us a test run on how the second league will work. And this year, we're going to be merging those two leagues together in the promotion and relegation style that we have been discussing. Final standings are going to be the most important thing in determining promotion and relegation. If you finish in the bottom three of TLFL, you will be relegated to TLB, and vice versa. If you finish in the top three of TLB, you'll be promoted into the main league and have a shot at the coveted Rosewood Trophy. That starts this year. Now, how do we actually determine who's getting relegated and who doesn't? That is going to be based off of the final season standings. That means it is more important than ever that you play all the way through the end of the season. Week 17 is the final week. Do not quit before then, because your fate will be dictated by those final few weeks. Even if you don't make the playoffs, you will be put into our winners and losers ladder. The winners ladder obviously are going to be our traditional playoffs, culminating with our championship game in week 17. But if you find yourself on the outside of the playoffs looking in, you will still be competing in a ladder of different sorts. This will be the Toilet Bowl ladder. That's right, you guys will be trying your best to avoid 3 straight losses en route to the Toilet Bowl. All you've got to do, win 1 game in the playoffs, and you save yourself from humiliation. But heading into week 17, if you find yourself in the bottom 2, you will be playing in the official Toilet Bowl. Some may even call it the Waffle Bowl. And the loser of that will have to face this year's punishment. Speaking of, has anyone seen Alex? That's right, you guys will have to play all the way through the final game of the year in order to avoid that punishment. So again, now more than ever, every single week counts. So make sure you don't quit until the very end. Final standings will be extremely important. Now, before we fully dive into next year's festivities, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things we've conducted this offseason. Hopefully you guys did get a chance to vote in that off-season survey, and quite a few of you guys did. I can say that 11 out of the 12 team owners from TLFL did complete that off-season survey. Unfortunately, Sino thought he could auto-draft the survey as well, so he missed out. But only 5 of the TLB members actually took the time to do the survey. You guys can definitely step it up, but that's okay. If your voice was not heard, I don't want to hear any complaints moving forward. Now, we'll start with a few of the things that are not changing at all. We are making no additional roster changes, so no changes to any of those positional players, and we're having no change to our traditional format, which is a full PPR. Point per reception. Those are going to be staying the same. And based on the votes from a few of our other point totals, all of our touchdowns will still remain 6 points. And the hotly debated topic of tackles as a point will also be staying based on your vote. I guess it wasn't that controversial. Now, some of the scoring changes that are coming are mostly due to our change in platform. First and foremost, Sleeper by default does use decimal point scoring. TLFL, this will be the first year we are using decimal points. Make sure you are looking at every single hundredth of a point to get the edge on your competitor. In addition to the decimal point scoring, there was quite a surprise that got voted in, adding an extra point if your defense gets a 4th down stop. That will now be counted as 1 point if it happens in your matchup. Now, looking into some changes to the playoff format, playoff seeding, tiebreakers will first be determined by points for. If you guys end up with the same record as someone else, the team with the highest points for will get the higher seed. This is mostly due to Sleeper's default format not actually having an option for head-to-head without any sort of manual work. So that does change a little bit, but as you saw from TLB last season, definitely not super detrimental in who makes the playoffs and a little bit easier to predict when making those end of season scenarios. One of the other big changes to our playoff format will be happening between matches when we play our first, second, and championship round. Between those games, we will now be reseeding the competition so that the higher seed after that first round bye will play the lowest remaining seed, just like they do in the NFL. Again, this is a default by Sleeper and was also voted on by the majority of league members, so reseeding will be happening between matches. And finally, after a controversial tie that happened in a playoff match last year, we have decided to enact an official playoff matchup tiebreaker. Playoff matchup tiebreaker will first go to total points for. So the team that scored the most points in the regular season in the event of a tie in the playoff matchup will be the team that is moving forward. After that, it will be bench points if a tiebreaker has not been determined. And after that will be head-to-head record. And if all three of those are miraculously the same, it will then go to a coin flip. Now, looking at the remainder of the results, there were a couple of questions that were close calls, but not enough votes to actually make the change. But we'll probably see that again next year's off-season survey. Some very interesting ones, I might add. The first comes in the format of our waiver system. One thing that's been proposed over the last few years is a free agent acquisition betting system, or FAAB. That was explained in the survey. That one was a close call, but fell 1 vote short of the supermajority to actually enact it for this season. So very close, but no cigar this year. We will see again if next year's results might be a little bit different. Another close call came in the form of our median scoring, which essentially gives you an extra win for each week if you are in the top half of scoring, and an extra loss each week if you are in the bottom half of scoring, a way to help kind of balance out some of the luck that happens year after year. And now, what you guys have been waiting for, the official announcements of our draft day. Now, as voted on and has been for the last few seasons, we'll be having our draft day on the final weekend before Labor Day weekend, which this year will be Sunday, August 30th. August 30th is the official day of draft day, so lock it in. Sunday, August 30th is your official draft day. Now, in order to participate in draft day, of course, you do have to pay your annual dues. This year for TLFL, the dues will be remaining the same at $150 for the buy-in. And for TLB, as the second year in, we are also instituting a $50 buy-in just to put a little extra skin in the game. Also, to give you guys something to strive for at the end of the year if you do manage to win the championship. Not only will you get promoted, you also get a nice little pot bonus as well. Now, because dues are being paid in both leagues, that means you guys must have your dues into me 1 week before the draft. That means August 23rd at 12 p.m. will be the official deadline for all of your dues. If your dues have not been paid, you will be auto-relegated or auto-evicted from the league based on which league that you are in. No exceptions this year, plenty of time. Once again, August 23rd, 12 p.m., last day to have it into me. If not, there are plenty of people that are sitting behind you and waiting. This is your first and final warning. Make sure you pay your dues on time. And now, maybe the most important order of business, our draft order. We've waited a long time for this offseason to come to a close and for the official start of the season, but I'm gonna make you guys wait just a little bit longer. This year's draft order is gonna be dropping a little bit different. And dropping, I mean literally. We are going to slow drip your draft picks each day over the course of 12 days leading into the final month before draft day. That means only 1 pick will be revealed at a time, and you'll have to wait day after day in order to figure out what those next picks are going to be. That means it's not just 1 day you are paying attention, it is the full 12-day stretch. Each day, a new draft pick revealed. Where will you fall in the draft? Only time will tell. The cool thing about this, I'm learning it in real time, just like you guys are. It is completely randomized, completely handled by a third-party system, and even I do not know what those results will be until those official vault doors open. Check the link that's going to be dropping in the Discord for the official draft board that is going to be revealing those draft picks. Dates and times will be revealed in that link, so again, click it. Best of luck, and hopefully you don't have to sweat too much. And that's pretty much going to be it for me today. I've taken up enough of your time, but hopefully you guys watch this all the way through to get that pertinent draft information. Make sure you review this video as often as possible. Stay in tune with the Discord for future updates. And again, check those links so that you're in the know for everything that's going to be happening. I cannot wait to start another fantastic year of fantasy football with you guys. We've waited a long time for it, just a few more days until we get to sink our teeth into some more fantasy football. I'm your Commish. See you guys soon.